Hello students, welcome you back to the virtual classroom. So I hope all of you are doing well and enjoying the classes, and few of you have given sent me the homework as well. So this is required for all of you to complete the homework also. So and that's why you will enjoy the learning process and it will be very easy for you as well. So before moving further, let us have a quick revision of what we have discussed in the previous classes. So coming to our textbook, in the earlier classes, we are discussing about the different input output devices. So let us have a quick revision of that. So in the earlier classes, we have seen the different input devices like keyboard, mouse and scanner, in which we have uh, keyboard, mouse you are already familiar about. Scanner, as I have told you, that it is a type of input device which is uh, used for scanning the things and make the digital copy of any thing which you are scanning. Clear? So as you use a photocopy machine, so instead of that it will create some digital, you can say digital image of the thing or any photograph or any drawing, whatever it is. So it can make a digital print of that on your screen of the computer. Clear? So this way you can create a digital copy of that. So that is of two type, flatbed scanner and handheld scanner, which I have told you. Flatbed, which is having a flat surface, and handheld, which can be used using your hand. And barcode reader we have seen as in the diagram also. So barcode reader is the input device which is used for scanning the barcodes, as it is present on the back side of the different items. You can also see on the books and the notebooks which you are having. Clear? So this was very much easy also. Next we have seen the other input devices, that was a joystick. So joystick, as I told you, it is used for the gaming operation, for controlling the actions in the game. Clear? Then we have seen graphic tablet. Here you can see this is a tablet type where it is a digital, there is a digital pen called as stylus, which is used for writing on the surface. Clear? So whatever you are writing, as you write on the copy, in the same way this is a special type of input device. So whatever it will be written using this light pen or the stylus, so all these things will be written on the computer or whatever the device it is attached to. Clear? So I hope this is easy to relate. Then next is the digital camera. As we have seen, digital camera is also a type of input device, because whatever the picture you are clicking, so all those snapshots will be transferred to the computer in the digital form. So this way the digital camera is also a type of input device. Next we have seen the MICR. So MICR is a type of input device which is used for scanning the different checks, the bank checks, which is having a special type of you can say characters which are written magnetically. So the magnetic ink which is used for writing these things, because of this they are called as magnetic ink checks, MICR. Then for reading these types of checks, there is a special device, input device, which is called as MICR reader. Clear? So this is the magnetic ink character recognition, to recognize these magnetic ink characters. Clear? So this is the use of MICR reader. Next we have seen touch screen. So touch screen, already you are using your mobile phones, in the ATM machine also. So there are these days all the different devices are coming with the touch screen facility. So they are also a type of input device. Why? Because when you touch all those items on the screen, then only the things are selected and executed. Clear? So this way the touch screen is also a type of input device. After that we have seen some how to control the motions of different touch screen surfaces. So this was explained to you very well. What are the use of one single tap, double tap, that was explained in the previous videos. After that, microphone we have discussed, that is also example of input device. In the output devices we have seen various uh, devices like monitor, printer, and then the types of different printers, that are laser inkjet and dot matrix. So these are all examples of output devices. Why they are all output devices? Because all the things which are processed as the output, it is provided to us using these types of devices. So these are the output devices. Because monitor displays the output, in the same way the printer is also used for printing the different items, like that is called as hard copy or printout, as you can see. So laser printer, inkjet printer and dot matrix printer we have discussed, so they are also type of output devices. Next we have seen the speaker. So speaker, as you know, it is used for playing the sound of any game, picture, movie, whatever you are watching. So because of this, it is providing you the sound. So this is also acting as a output device. I hope this is clear. Now let us see what else we have discussed. We have discussed the different storage devices. So as you have seen, hard disk drive, that is which is inside the computer for storing the different things, that is HDD, which is having the capacity of 500 GB to various terabytes. Clear? Then in the optical disk we have revised the CD, that is compact disk, then DVD, CD-ROM, then Blu-ray disc. So the various things were well explained to you in the previous classes. We have seen Blu-ray disc, CDR and CDRW. CDR is recordable and CDRW is rewritable, which can be deleted and written again and again. Clear? So this is the difference between CDR and CDRW. Now moving further, we have also discussed some of the uh, flash drive, memory card and cloud storage. So that was explained to you that flash drive as the pen drive which we use, so they are very much easy for us to carry, and they are also used for you can say storing the data. So that is why they are known as storage devices. And also they are having the USB port. The full form of USB is universal serial port. So all these flash drives are can be attached to the computer using the USB port. So that is why we can plug them and transfer the data, or you can store the data as well. So next we have seen memory card, which is used in the mobile phones as well as the digital camera. Clear? So these are also a type of storage device in which we can save the data for longer period of time. Then cloud storage, which we have seen, which is mostly used term which is used nowadays. So what is cloud storage? The internet service which provides you the facility to store the data, that is called as cloud storage. The example of cloud storage, as we have discussed, it is Google Drive. There are various others in the mobile phone also. The mobile companies provide you the cloud storage facility. There are some limitation that up to 10 GB or 15 GB. So it varies according to the different manufacturers. So they also provide you to store some amount of data on the internet. So this facility of storing the data on the internet is called as cloud storage. So what are the different advantages of this? The different advantages of these are that it is very easy to save the data. Only you need that you have the active internet connection. If you have the internet connection, you can easily save your data. Not only that, there is if you want to share something to your friend, so by as you have to send something in the same way in the cloud storage, you can store and share the link of the things with the friends of yours and to your relatives. Clear? And it also saves our time to transfer. It also saves the money. Clear? And it can be there is no need to carry out the different devices. Only you need that you store the data, and the facility of internet is required only. And if you want to visit any doctor, and if you are not able to go far away, in that case only the whatever the medical documents you have, you can share over the cloud. So this way, this cloud storage provide you the facility to interact with the people or whatever the person. So this makes our life easy as well. Then it is also used as a backup of the data. Clear? If you don't have any CD, any DVD pen drive, then you can save the data over the cloud, which you can use later. Okay, so till here we have discussed in the previous classes. Now there was some topic which was remaining in this chapter. Let us see. We were discussing about the processing device. So as we have seen, what is processing? The process of changing the input to a meaningful output, that is the uh, for providing us the information which we need. So this process is called as processing, you can say. So processing means treating the data according to the instructions and changing in the form of information. Here also you can see the input is transformed into information. So this process, so this act of doing this is called as processing. Now this processing is done using the help of processor. So let us see what the processor is. As we have seen that the processor or central processing unit, it is the processing device of the computer. Here you can see in this picture. So this is the processor, as you see on different computer or the laptops, i3, i5, i7. So these are the Intel processors, and the names indicate that there are the different cores inside. The I means there are different cores inside these processors. So this is the different examples of processor. So what is the function of this processor? The function of this processor is whatever the calculations or whatever the process inside the computer is done, this is done using these processors. Clear? So that is why they are also known as the brain of computer. Clear? Which is called as brain of computer? The processor is called as brain of computer. Then what are the different functions? It calculates, process data into information. Then not only this, it also receives the input from input devices, then process them before providing the processed result to the output devices. What does it mean? Suppose you are attaching any keyboard, mouse, or whatever microphone. So all this input is received using this processor. Clear? And when this receives the different inputs, it processes it, it calculates, or whatever the operation it is required to be done, this processor will act upon that. Clear? And later it will provide the output of this processed data or the processed information to you using the different output devices. It can be any printer, it can be the monitor, speaker. Clear? So this way this all process is done by using the CPU, the processor, which is also called the brain of the computer. Now this CPU is of 3 units. There are 3 units of this processor. Let us see them one by one. So first is the ALU, that is arithmetic logic unit. So you can see in the name itself it is arithmetic. So arithmetic is something related to the mathematical operations. So that is the role of this. Let us see this then. It is a component of the processor which performs arithmetic, comparison, and logical operation. Clear? So what are the different things of this ALU? It does the arithmetic part, then comparison part, and logical operations also. Let us see one by one what are these three. So first one is LU does the arithmetic operation, that is the calculation. In the calculation we have addition, subtraction, so all these multiplication, division operations. Clear? So these operations, plus, minus, division you can say, and multiplications, these are all the mathematical operators which you use in the math. So all these things or operations are done using the ALU, that is the arithmetic operation. Then we have the comparison operator. Comparison operator, as you know, greater than, then less than, then equal to, greater than, equal to. Clear? So I hope we use in the mathematics for comparison. So these are all the comparison operators. Clear? So these comparison operators are the part of the ALU. So using the ALU you can compare the different numbers, different type of data. So this is the role of ALU, the comparison operator. Then we have some logical operators. So what are logical operators? Logical operators are some conditions, like suppose we have the two switches. Clear? So if only the two switches is on, only the bulb will light. So these are called AND operator. There are various operators like AND, OR, as you can see here, and or not. So these are various logical operators. About this you will study more in the next classes. So till for right now only it is required to know that the logical operators are the different operators using which you perform some logical things. Clear? So about this it is more easy to relate that these are the logical operators which is the part of the ALU. Clear? I hope this is clear to you. Now coming to the next, that is control unit. So what is the control unit? Let us see. So for better clarity, let us erase the whatever the content we have. Now let us see the control unit. So what is control unit? It is another component of the processor that controls all the functions of the computer. Clear? Who controls all the functions? The control unit. It also checks the result given by the ALU. It even checks what to do and what and when to do. Clear? So suppose you are playing a game. In the meanwhile, you are inserting any pen drive, or if you are performing two tasks at the same time, if you are writing something, then playing music or using the internet. So when there are more multiple operations, if you are using on the computer, then the timing of all the operations actually inside the CPU, it it allows every function or every program to work for some seconds, and there is some time slot which is allocated for each. Clear? So this, the time allocation you can say, or whatever the result checking, this all is managed by the control unit, which is called as CU. So you can write the full forms as I told you earlier. Whatever the full forms which you are coming in the chapter, write it at a place in the your copy as well. That ALU is the arithmetic logic unit, then CU is the control unit, then we have discussed USB. You can write those abbreviations in the copy. So we have seen two part of the processor, one is ALU and CU, that is control unit. Next is the memory unit. So memory unit, as you can see, the memory is related. So let us see, it will be something related to the memory part, which is let us see then. So memory holds the data that needs to be processed as well as the data that has already been processed by the CPU. Clear? So whatever the operation you are using, in the meanwhile, whatever the data it is required to be saved, suppose you are doing a calculation or multiplication. Clear? Like if we see example of 121 into 35. Clear? So in between these operation, if you are doing some calculation, so there will be some carry which will be multiplied later. So in the meanwhile of the multiplication operation, whatever the data is required to be stored, so temporarily it is stored in the memory unit, which is part of the processor. Clear? So this way we have seen the three parts of the processor, that is ALU, CU and memory unit. I hope this is clear. So this way we have almost completed our explanation of this chapter. So many few of you have done the exercises in the homework. So for all of you, let us have a revision of whatever you have done, and you can match your answers of the exercises. Clear? And you can write in the copies also. So let us see one by one the different question. The first question is a collection of unorganized facts. Here the term is unorganized. Clear? So we have seen in the chapter also the collection of unorganized facts, it is called as data. Correct? It is called as data. Why? Because information is the organized facts in different data, which is uh, uh, received as the output. Clear? So information and output can't be the answer of this question. The data is the collection of unorganized facts, the raw data which we say. Now coming to the next question, a scanner. A scanner is an input device, output device, or a processing device. So is it a output device? I don't think, because using the scanner, what do you do? Using the scanner, you scan something and give the data to the computer. So whatever the device by which you give data to the computer, that is called as input device. Correct? So the scanner is a input device. Now third, treating data according to the instructions and changing it into information. So here it is the instruction or the data and changing into information. What is the answer of this? The answer of this will be output. No, output is the process data. Input, no, input is the raw data. Then the third is processing. Yes, processing is the correct answer, because we are treating the data according to the instruction and we are changing it into information. So this process of changing, this act of changing data into information is called as processing, as we have seen earlier. The next is the CD-ROM and DVD-ROM. So these are all the optical disk which we have discussed. So CD-ROM and DVD-ROM, they are the example of, is it storage device, input device or output device? What is the answer? Do you give the input using CD-ROM and DVD? No. Is it an output device? So is the output is achieved on this? No. What is the use of CD and DVD? We store the information. So clear? So because of the nature of storage facility, these are all examples of storage device. I hope this is clear. Now coming to the next. The next is the hardware components that convey information to the user. Here the word is to the user. Clear? So this way you can see any hardware component which convey the information to the user. So to the user means it is giving some output. So all the hardware component that gives us some information, that is called as output devices. Peripheral devices means all the devices which are connected to the computer. Clear? It may be mouse, joystick or anything. Then input devices, keyboard and mouse, scanner. So these are all the different input devices. But output devices are that which gives you the information, the process data which is received to you as a result. Example of output devices. Example of output devices is monitor, printer, then speaker. So all these are used for getting the output from the computer. Now coming to the next, that is ALU, CU and MU. Full form of ALU is arithmetic logic unit. So while doing the question also, let us revise the abbreviations. ALU is arithmetic logic unit, CU is control unit and MU is the memory unit. So all these are parts of, we have recently covered, so all these are parts of CPU, that is central processing unit. I hope this is very easy. Now the next easy question is the storage capacity of single DVD-ROM. So what is the storage capacity of single DVD-ROM? It is written in the book from 4 to some 8 point something or 8 GB. So answer of this can be 4 GB. Actually it varies according to the different manufacturer. Clear? So ideal answer of this you can write around 4 GB. Clear? Now coming to the filling the blanks question. So let me take you a page where I have written the answers of this filling the blanks question. Okay, so filling the blanks question, the first question as you can see, so don't copy it, the answer from the here. First let us see that what is the question and then we will find out the answer. So here the first question is the dash is a data or instruction entered into the computer. So what is the data or instruction which is entered into the computer? The data which is entered inside the computer is called as input. Clear? Input is the entered data which is given to the computer. Then second one is the blank means treating the data according to the instructions and changing it in form of information. Clear? So what does the question say? When you are getting any data and you are doing what? You are changing this into information. So as you are changing this into information, the answer will be processing. Clear? The act of changing the data into information is called as processing. I hope this is clear. Now coming to the third question, the third filling the blanks. What is it? The data that has been processed into useful form, the data that has been processed into useful form is called as output. Yes, the processed data that is in a meaningful, or you can say which is organized. The data is unorganized, but the output which you get, that is a processed data which is converted into information. So that is the useful form. So that is called as output. I hope this is clear. Now the second question, the next question of the filling the blanks. Let us see. So the next question is, here it is. Let me zoom for you. So here you can see the question next, which is, the blank is a pointing device which is used to control the actions in a computer game. So here we have a clue that the input or the pointing device which is used in game. So for the gaming operations, what we use the joystick. So joystick is answer, that it is the pointing device which is used for controlling different actions, as I have shown you the images of those, the joystick. So these are primarily used for playing games. Whenever you are playing any car racing or similar types of games, and if you want to control the speed, to brake, to use the brake to stop the vehicle, or if you want to turn, so for all these operations we can use the joystick. Clear? So joystick is the pointing device which is used in the games. Now the next is the information printed on a paper. So printed information is on a paper is known as hard copy. Clear? I hope this is very easy. This is also given in the book also. So this way we have covered the filling the blanks question as well. Now there are the question of the define the following. So in the define the following question, if we see, so these are the different terms of the define. The first one is the data. So I hope you can find out in the book. So let us have a quick revision as well, that what is data. So data is, let me come to the part where the different definition of this is given. So if you come to the previous initial pages of this chapter, so you can find it in the, yes, here I think it is on page number 4. So what is data? So here you can see the data is collection of, okay, let me bring my pen with me. Let us erase this. So here you can see, yes. So what is data? Data is a collection of unorganized facts which can include word, numbers, images or sound. Clear? So this you can write the definition of data. Clear? I hope you can write. This is also given on page number 4. Now next question of the define is, what is information? So information is also given near to that place. So let us see what is information. So information is, here it is given on page number 4 itself. What is information? The processed data. The processed data which you get as the output. So information is the processed data that is organized, meaningful and useful. Clear? So you can write a single line definition, that is very easy. Clear? So the processed data which we receive as output, which is organized, meaningful and useful. Clear? So we have done the definition of data and information. Let us see the third question. So the third question is, define pen drive. Pen drive, it is very easy. You can find in the book also. So let us see what is pen drive. So pen drive, as we have seen, it is a storage device. So in the storage device we can find the definition of pen drive. So I think it is on page number here it is. Storage devices. Okay, so coming to the flash drive, here it is. Clear? On page number is page number 10. So what is pen drive? So the flash drive is known as pen drive, and they are the newest form of computer storage devices that is plugged in USB, that is universal serial port. Here, so this you can write that the pen drives are the flash drive, and they are the new forms of storage device which are plugged in USB, that is universal serial bus. I hope you can write the definition from here. This is page number 14, as I told you, sorry, page number 10. Clear? So flash drive we have covered. Let us see the next defined question. The next defined question is define input devices. So input devices, output devices, and cloud storage. Let us see all of these three collectively: input, output, and cloud storage. So cloud storage, you can find it here. Cloud storage is given on this page. The page number is 10. So cloud storage is the internet service that provides the cloud. Let me erase once. So yes, so cloud storage is the internet service that provides storage facility to the computer user. Clear? So this internet service for on which you can store the information. So this is the definition of cloud storage. You can give some examples also. The example of cloud storage is Google Drive. Clear? Now the next two defined questions was you have to define input and output devices. So I hope this is easy, you can find also. So let us see the input and output devices. This is given in the initial part of the chapter. Coming to the input output part. Okay, so input and output you can easily find out initial part of the chapter. Here it is, output devices. So output device is any hardware component that conveys information to the user. Examples you can write: monitor, printer, and speaker. Then there was a question of input device. That also is easy, you can easily find in the initial part. So let us see the input device. Here it is. So any hardware component that allows you to enter data, instruction, and command to the computer is known as input device. You can write few examples like keyboard, mouse. You can give at least 2 examples with the answer. Whenever you are writing the answer, please also write the examples with the answer if it is given and easy to find in the book also. Now next is you have to name the following. So this is very easy, you can do this by your own. Okay, so for now we are concluding till here. In the next class, as a homework, you can do what? 2 questions. The 2 questions, that is, name the following, the different 2 input devices, 2 storage devices. So till 5th question, true and false also you can write. That is quite easy. So in the next class we will revise this 4th, 5th, and the next, that is, answer the following question. Till then, complete the questions in the copy also, and if you are having any doubt, please feel free to ask in the next session which we will have. Okay, so till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and be happy. Okay, thank you, class.